Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
How you doing over there, Q?
I'm doing all right. I got a lot of shit to do today.
It's hot. It's already getting hot now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, it's just, rolling with the punches. Gotta do what we gotta do.
Yep, and hopefully we'll be standing firm and tall in a couple weeks.
Hopefully.
Just water and a Arizona iced green tea for me. I don't got much.
Yeah, I'm doing water myself. I was running behind and didn't have time to get a drink.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We're here to deliver you entertainment through our commentary. A skadoosh. But sadly, we need to pay the bills. Well, it is a sort of bill because I use it toward it, but humble bundle.
Humber Bender.
6 days left. Pay $20. Get 64 items of Payday 2. That is, I believe, the vast majority of the DLCs that weren't time situated. I own a couple of these. I mean, me and Payday have a real rough relationship. I might see myself getting this one because it's a $191 value for $20. Helps out Trevor Project, which is those who are questioning gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, the whole entire LGBTQ plus try and end suicide rates among them. And that is a strong message to just put $20 toward it. It's an okay game for a very great cause. Man.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff for it.
You said you were frustrated about Payday 2, but you're still excited for Payday 3.
My frustrations with the Payday franchise are purely based in my friends.
Yes.
Because every time I buy a Payday game, everyone's moved on from it.
I might. You know what? I will re-download Payday 2 and hop into it because I've been playing a lot of games recently. I finished Deathloop. Great ending. Recommend it very highly. Scud. Doop. This one only's got a day left, but figured I'd talk about it now considering I did miss out on it last week. The Destiny Grimoire Collection. For those wanting to get into Destiny lore, there is a lot there to really divulge and dig into that doesn't involve beating 16 different dungeons. Especially with just the books alone. I've heard these are tomes, 200 plus things.
I have not delved into any of this. I don't read the Destiny lore. I was listening to some podcasts that got into the Destiny lore for a bit, but I fell out of those too.
Oh. Well, just in case you might want to pick them up, only $9 to get this entire collection of Destiny Grimoire Anthology. And the $9 helps out go toward the Bungie Foundation, which is those who are in a little bit of what do they call them? Oh man, I'm one. I don't want to say autistic, but the neurodivergent.
Spectrum.
Yes, neurodivergent or on the spectrum. Help gain a lot of understanding entertainment that helps boost their whole entire livelihood. They push and promote their own music while also saying, hey, if you got a song you want to introduce into Destiny, help create music, or hey, you want to help us make our next UI, and then from there they begin to help their children, the kids under that program, with tools that they can help build the game. People need to be more nice. Be like Bungie. Even though Bungie's got a little bit of a sketchy reputation, be like Bungie though. They're doing better. Skadoop. This next month in Xbox Game Pass is going to be very interesting because I might play each and every one of these. Bramble, the Mountain King, Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch, Need for Speed Unbound, I know how to speak, Arcade Paradise, Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, The Sword and Fairy, Together Forever, and The Book Walker, Thief of Tales.
I know nothing about any of these.
So, of course, Need for Speed is just your average run-of-the-mill Need for Speed game with a little bit more flair. Apparently, this goes back to its Need for Speed Underground roots, which I'm like, maybe I could get into the light of that again. Arcade Paradise.
Did my mic pick that up?
Pick what up?
The dog screech?
No.
Okay, because I thought I heard it echo through the headset. I was like, son of a bitch. Okay.
No, but poor dog.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It came from downstairs, but there's like 4 people down there, so someone come down there and figure it out.
And if they need you, they'll yell for you.
Yeah.
Arcade Paradise is basically build your own arcade in the back of a laundromat and change the laundromat into a full arcade and live out your dreams as an arcade boss. That's pretty much. You can play the arcade games. There are a lot of mini games that you can just purchase and slap down and play. It's an okay one. The Book Walker, Thief of Tales, is a story-based game that I caught wind of through an artist, and I was not prepared for it to be Game Pass. So I am 300% here for the art, unsure of its gameplay, but go check out it's on Steam right now for the wish list. But I am very here for that. Bramble the Mountain King just looks like a really dark fantasy. Alice Returns, the little third-person shooter style game. It gave me vibes of that.
American McGee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me vibes of that. Fist. I'm kind of here for it, but it gives me totally what is it called? The Rearmed Edition, Bionic Commando. It gave me heavily not a lot of people did unless it was back in the SNES era. I getcha. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, also known as Harvest Moon. It is literally, I guess, a basic ripoff of Harvest Moon, just with some quality of life changes. For those who know me, I'm kind of a sucker for Harvest Moon games, and to hark back to that with Game Pass, cool. And one that's a kind of an interesting little story, Sword and Fairy, Together Forever. I don't know the deal that Microsoft has, but this is the 4th heavily translated game that has popped on this Game Pass that has kind of interested me to download and play it. Some of these developers I've never seen before. I looked up the one for Ghosts, the Diablo clone, and I was like, okay, I've never seen any other games from these people. So I don't know what kind of deal Microsoft got, but they're doing good with it. Good games.
So there's so many games on Game Pass that I'm never going to give a chance, and I feel like I need to do something about that. I feel like I need to, but I feel like there's got to be more, because what's going to happen is I'm going to boot the game and play 5 minutes of it and go, okay, I'm going to shut it off. I feel like
ADHD.
No, it's that they're so different from what I normally get into. That I'm just not pushing myself to get into them.
Okay, I can see that. I can also see kind of lifting a veil a little bit. Ever since I lost my job, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to unwind, because my mind does not unwind. So I said, I'll dig into something. First thing I dig into was without booting it up, it's the one that looks just like Starbound. And I just started screwing around. I said, I'm going to spend a little while on this. I'm just going to futz around. I'm not going to take it seriously. If I want to do a serious run, I can. And I just messed around for an hour. And I'm like, this is a maybe. I might come back to it. I think you need at least an hour. Dive into something for an hour. Don't say, after 5 minutes. You've got to buckle down and say, I want to play it. Because that's what I did with Deathloop. I sat my ass down. I said, I don't remember what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm going to relearn right now. And I just picked it right back up. Did the finale scene. It was great. Beautiful voice acting and music. I believe I gave the game on my the Discord's little review place, I believe I gave it a 10 on 10. Good game. But I understand that there is too many games on Game Pass. Ooh.
I feel like I need to have something to push me a bit more. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
would you say you get bored easily? Like, I don't want to put it like that, but that is.
I feel like that's the best way to put it. Probably, yeah.
Is that you would just be like, and then you just kind of look the other way. I don't know, because I'm the one talking where I'm like, I only play 3 games and that's it. But no, I've been breaking the mold just steadily, very slowly and steadily. There was a free-to-play game that I nabbed onto that I was having a great raucous time on. Oh yeah, War Thunder. I was just futzing around on War Thunder. It was a good time. We'll dwell on that. We'll dwell on that.
Yeah.
Today was a big day for Nintendo. I went into today's Nintendo Direct a little wary, because I was like, what are they going to announce that would make me want to pick up my Switch again? Like, don't get me wrong, I still want to get the 2 Zeldas, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Cool.
So I no longer have my copy of Breath of the Wild, so I'm going to have to get a new one, because here where I'm living now, a copy of Tears just showed up. And I'm like, I need to finish Breath of the Wild.
Yes. And, I mean, as soon as I get Breath of the Wild and oh no, this thing gets frickin' announced. And I'm like, I am now running out of time before I climb back into Super Mario RPG. Wahoo. I love the sprite work. I love the music redux. I love everything about this trailer. There's nothing wrong here. It feels same but new. And
it looks really good.
It does.
Like, I really want to play it.
Have you ever played?
No.
Oh, this would be a good introductory to a JRPG, because this is reminiscent of Chrono Cross with a little bit more. Nothing fully explains how much this game means to me. Like, all the memes of Genos in Smash, and it's like, oh, but he's a trophy, and everyone's like, no, make him a character. I was one of those. I was one of those that was yelling for Genos to become a character. Homie, God, play the game. I could go on for hours about Super Mario RPG and how.
What was it originally on?
SNES.
Yeah, I don't have an SNES anymore.
Yeah.
Did they drop it in the Switch store?
I don't know.
You keep talking Nintendo, I will do some research.
Okay. Skadoosh. Speaking of Nintendo, oh wait, Sega. Oh wait, but it's for Nintendo. It's fine. Sonic Superstars, where you'll have 4-player couch co-op with some really cool characters that you would never normally play a regular 2D Sonic game before. You get to play as Amy, and I think that's it. I think Amy is the only other character in that.
So when I look it up on the Nintendo website,
Yeah.
which is the eShop essentially,
Okay.
it just brings up the new thing and brings up another new Super Mario game that we're going to talk in a bit.
Yeah, okay. Damn, that's unlucky. But
let me check to see if it's in that, like,
the expansion pack?
Yeah, the expansion thing, yeah.
Yeah. I was a fan of Sonic. We didn't have the SNES until way later, so Sonic was my first brush with one of the big 3, I guess you can call it. So yeah, I can remember the themes to most of the Sonic levels. For Casino Nights, Marble Madness Zone. No, not Marble Madness. Marble Hill? Marble Hill. Yeah. What, you said you didn't do much with Genesis, right, Q?
I didn't have a Genesis, no.
Okay.
I didn't have any of the Segas growing up.
Did you play any Sonic the Hedgehog games until later on?
It wasn't until later on when I would like go through and play like some of the classic games when they came to like Xbox and stuff like that.
Generations went on. Gotcha. I mean, this one would also like they seem to be doing really good at remaking what you know, adding a few little features, a little bit of quality of life, make it a little bit more bubbly, colorful, and then remarketing it to the next generation. And I love it, but there are some that are kind of cash grabby. This is not it. There are others that are trying to do that. And then there are some that I'll talk about in a little bit that I like seeing, but I'm mad no one likes. And I'll explain that in a minute. Skadoosh. So Quincy and I had a bit of a head-on about this game called Palia. Palia. And it's a free-to-play game that's going to be available this holiday season. And it's similar to Harvest Moon, a nice 3D Harvest Moon. And I was like, okay, so how much are the microtransactions going to be? And then Quincy kind of paused my thinking with actual good thought, which is if they're paying for servers to keep all this stuff going, they kind of need to sell all that kind of stuff. And I said, okay, you're right, but, you know...
Especially because it's not a $70 game.
You're right, it's free. It's straight up freaking free.
But, like, if it wasn't free, it wouldn't be a $70 game. You couldn't get people to pay $70 for this.
Right, and then I kind of came up with, like, a halfway, and I said, well, how about start at 10? And then you said, well, then people are just going to buy the base game and call it at that. They're not going to want any of the add-ons. Or very few will. And I was like, okay. So Palia, it does look good. It looks like a nice little online co-op variation, fishing, mining, fighting, crafting, building, a mystery of the world that you've got to uncover with your friends. Apparently it's seed generated, so that way you're not, you know, seeing the same stuff in your world that you'll see in your friend's world. I'm okay with this. This game looks good. It's a free-to-play. What's the worst I do? I check it out? Like, there's no negativity here. Get out of here. Bah. So, Quincy, out of the trilogy that these guys are marking, what would you say is the best of the Batman Arkham trilogy?
Really quick before I do that, I have officially looked through all the lists of the expansion pass from everything except for the Game Boy. It is not on any of those.
That sucks. Well, sucks, but I understand why.
What do you mean there was encountered an error decoding the video? Show me the stream. All right, you want to know my theory on what I believe the best game in the Arkham trilogy is?
Yes, between Arkham Origin, no, not Arkham Origin, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight.
Okay, so the trilogy, or as they're referring to it here, would be Arkham Asylum,
okay,
Arkham City,
okay,
and Arkham Knight.
Okay.
The best out of those three, they really upped the game for City. City is very good. It's probably City.
Okay.
Although I love some of the simplicities of Asylum. City added a lot, and I'm not saying that adding any of that was bad, because it wasn't. I kind of felt like more of a badass doing Asylum than I did City, because like I'm stuck on this island with them with limited gear, versus being in this big city and getting airdrops from Alfred.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Is City the one that you were doing the challenge? That
No, that's on Night.
That's on Night. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There have been a few nights where we would be like done with cast and he would just hop on and just attempt
Still haven't
this.
finished it.
You have to do it untouchable. Yeah.
No.
Just big combo.
So yeah, so it's the Iceberg Lounge challenge, and basically it's to kick the crap out of people so long and so much that you get the score to an extremely high point that causes Killer Croc to jump in, and then you have to fight Killer Croc and kick his ass. And the thing is, while it's not untouchable, you want to get as far as you can before you take a hit, so that when Killer Croc does come out, you're not fucking
Hurting.
almost dead. But on top of that, the longer you go without taking the hit, the more of a multiplier you get, so you can actually get the points there faster.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I have yet to do it. So get this.
Okay.
When Arkham Knight came out, they did this big celebration thing where they celebrated the fans that had 100%ed Arkham Asylum, and they did a whole list of all of their gamer tags. I missed it by one achievement.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, out of the trilogy, as far as they referring to it here, because the reason why we're talking about this is that fall of this year, the Batman Arkham trilogy will be coming to the Switch.
Yes.
It's probably City. Night was too much about the Batmobile.
Okay.
Plus, I didn't really care about this, but I understand why. I understand to an extent why some people did. Some people were offended by Night. When Arkham Knight started showing up in the trailers and stuff, everyone was like, "Oh, who is it? Is he someone we already know?" And they're like, "It's a completely original character." And then it turned out that he wasn't a completely original character. He was another character donning a new name.
Oh.
I don't want to spoil it on the cast for people that haven't played it, because if you're a Batman fan, you might enjoy it still.
I mean, that is also still on my list to do. I'm almost done with Asylum.
Yeah. I think as a whole, it's a great franchise. And I don't think Origins gets the love that it deserves. Origins is really good. Origins came out after City. It's done by a different company, and it takes place before everything, hence the name Origins. They took the map from City and had to convert it from that weird Arkham City that it was, where it's this like prison, half of the map is water because Cobblepot blew stuff up, all this stuff, and they actually made it into a section of Gotham that you can actually run around and play in and whatnot. And they did all these different things. They brought in different villains. They didn't just use the same villains. They did use a lot of the same villains, but they brought in different villains. They showed people at different points in their time as a villain. They brought in new voice actors for the characters, so that they could like show that they were younger and whatnot, and those did really well because you get Troy Baker as the Joker, and I don't remember who's playing.
That's when we get Troy Baker. Okay, because
Troy's in Origins, yes.
Yeah, I've heard, and he's not bad.
No, he's great. Mark does the trilogy. Troy did Origins, and they got someone else to play Bruce and Batman. I don't remember who. But you get Bane in that one as Bane, because when you see Bane in Asylum, he's been fucked with the different chemicals, and you don't really deal with a full-on Bane. He's kind of a mini mission, side mission thing in City, and then when you do deal with him in... Oh no, you don't deal with him in Night at all, I don't think. But when you deal with him in Origins, you'd fight him twice. Once as like regular Bane, and once as like this like souped up, fucked up version of Bane. So it's kind of nice because you get like a regular run with Bane. You get to see like the forming of Batman's relationship with Barbara Gordon and with Jim Gordon, and it's pre the existence of Robin and Nightwings and all that, and pre the romance with Selina. You know, and Alfred's actually more of a character in it, and you like talk to Alfred and stuff, and you actually visit the Batcave. Okay. Like Origins is a really well done game. It's very pretty. The music's done well. They hired some great musicians, one of which actually did an amazing cover of Carol of the Bells. So you know I'm already fucking excited. Yeah. That's used in it. I mean, you fight Deathstroke, you fight different assassin members, and you meet Talia al Ghul, or not Talia al Ghul. You meet Talia al Ghul in City. You meet one of the like assassin people that is part of racist connections and whatnot. Like, you get all these different assassins that are trying to kill you. Firefly's there, Copperhead's there. Like, there's so much to Origins. Origins is just such a great game. That's one that I have an achievement on that I still haven't finished, which is trying it on the hardest difficulty, which is permadeath. I always get to the Firefly boss battle, and he always gets me. Yeah. I don't think Origins gets the love and respect it deserves. And honestly, Origins is a better game than Night.
Oh.
So like the fact that it gets left out of the trilogy so much is unfair.
Would you call it Arkham Saga at that point then?
Yeah, it's a saga. Yeah, because it's four, not 3. I'm assuming this is probably some kind of Warner Brothers Rocksteady thing where they're going, oh, it's the trilogy. It's all owned by Rocksteady. It's owned by, so like, it's the trilogy. It's the Rocksteady trilogy, and they'll probably not put Origins on because they've never redone, like, when they up-rendered the games, they didn't up-render Origins. Like, they've kind of always treated Origins like the bastard stepchild for some reason.
Oh.
And I don't understand why. It's done by Montreal, Warner Brothers Montreal. They did fucking great with it. They're the ones that went on to do Gotham Knights, and I know that people have been iffy on it, but I didn't think Gotham Knights was a bad game.
No, it's not from what I've heard. I've heard all of them are good. All the Arkham, just anything, has been at least 85 and above.
Yeah, I mean, there was 2 big problems with Knight. One, it didn't run on PC.
That's right. I remember hearing about that.
And 2, it was just too much about the Batmobile.
Too much bet.
So,
okay.
But yeah, so the trilogy's coming. I don't know how it's going to perform on the Switch. Hopefully, it performs well. It's always fun to play the games again for me. I don't know that I'm going to go out and buy this, but if it's a fair price, because they're saying a trilogy, so they're selling all 3 together.
Let's say 40.
I would probably consider it for 40.
Okay.
70, I'd say no, even though it's 3 very big, very well done games.
50?
I'm iffy on 50.
Okay. I mean,
I'd probably wait for a 10% sale type of thing.
Yeah. $5
So,
off. Yeah, sure. I got it. Yeah. Okay.
Also, to just understand how much the Rocksteady planned these games. I mean, the first 2 games came out years apart from each other.
Yeah, they did.
And we didn't even think that there was ever going to be another game. We thought it was Arkham Asylum. That was it. Like, don't get me wrong. They show you a little moment. There's a little post-credit cutscene type of thing that suggests, oh, there's going to be more, but we didn't know for sure. Yeah. There was an Easter egg that went undiscovered for years, and people finally discovered it. And I went and I actually experienced it myself, and I was like, I never knew this was here. It's not an achievement, nothing like that. You do not know it's in the game until people start discovering it. There's a wall that you can destroy, and if you destroy that wall just the right way, and it doesn't show up on his detective vision to let you know to destroy it or anything. If you destroy the wall just the right way, you can go into the secret room in Quincy Sharp's office where you will actually see plans for Arkham City.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, they put a lot of thought into it. And, like, there's just so many great details, and they give you so much comic lore and stuff, like all the different things you can scan and whatnot. It is a very fun franchise for a comic book fan.
Well, speaking of World's Greatest Detective, a skadoosh. Detective Pikachu returns. I'm sorry.
That face.
I wanted to pause this thing on the face. The only reason why is because I don't know why. I still like Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu, and when I heard the gruff voice doing Detective Pikachu, it just, I don't know why. It throws me completely off that this Pikachu acts so human-like. And it actually just unnerves me. I'm not mad at it. It's probably going to be a good game. I didn't mind the movie. It's just having humanoid Pikachu just doesn't feel right to me.
So you watched Detective Pikachu, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with the way Detective Pikachu ended, I'm still confused as to how they're planning on having a Detective Pikachu 2 movie. Like they're doing a sequel movie.
I know, and it'll probably be, I don't know, Detective Pichu. I don't know. Like they're gonna pull someone out of their cards. Like they always have some. Oh wait, they have literally God. They can figure something out. They have a mythical creature. Like it's not. It's. Ugh. But
I'm just saying, like it wouldn't function. It wouldn't be able to function the way the first movie did, and that would make it not as good.
Yeah.
Disguises are a key part of detective work.
Quit goofing off and investigate.
It's.
So much for my coffee. Something tells
And also chugging down coffee. I mean, that at least you'll like, but me, I'm like, bro, ease. Your body just chugged 3 giant mugs of coffee. I don't think your little body can handle it.
Don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong, Ryan Reynolds did great. It was fun. I still think it should have been Danny DeVito.
Oh, that would have been great.
Have you ever seen the Danny DeVito cut
Yep.
someone did of the trailer?
Yep.
Okay.
An egg for this trying time. But I'm here for it, I guess. I'm not going to be comfortable about it. Okay. Skadoosh. So, Quincy, you obviously know I like action JRPGs.
With its ever-changing
Yes.
Write this down. This one might actually interest you in a slight tiny bit because you don't mind Diablo. So what if I took my JRPG chocolate and the Diablo style peanut butter and just kind of smashed it all together? Would that interest you?
Peanut butter on my chocolate.
Yes.
Chocolate on my peanut butter.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct. And not by accident neither.
Hey, it kind of looks a little interesting.
It looks
Is this
cutesy.
a
I
new
will
Monster Hunter thing.
No, this is called Silent Hope. And it's just a brand new IP for the Switch. Unsure if it's going to be online multiplayer. Hope it is. Because if it is, this game will rock. October 3rd, 2023 is when that one drops, and I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it. I'm kind of excited. Done by Xseed, the benefactor for like Disgaea and other various JRPGs that have been prevalent in my life. Skadoosh. So, we talked about Fae Farm a long time ago. Back when it was early, it didn't look like much of anything. It said, this is just an early idea. It has begun to evolve. And when a game goes from beta jank, I will call it, to looking pretty good. The only thing is, it looks like it's marketed a la Barbie and Mighty Max, if that makes sense. Like, it is distinctly angling more toward girls. More
I mean, I
feminine.
can already kind of see it with the way they did the logo.
Yeah, the logo, yes. I don't know if you were paying attention to the early bit of the trailer, or if you could see it, but there was, like, your character puts on butterfly wings and, does a lot of floating around. Like, that just seems to me how it's angling toward feminine individuals. No, I'm not against that, and I'm also not against this game. This game looks great. It's just, I don't know how long I will be sinking into it, if any. Fae Farm, September 8th. Cool. Skadoosh. Quincy knows I'm mad. Quincy knows I'm frustrated. But Quincy also knows I might shell out cash for this, because having it on the Switch would be nice. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, which makes me believe there's going to be a Volume 2 that involves Metal Gear Solid 4, which will also mean that it is going to be, for the first time, off of the PlayStation 3, and on a console that can probably run the game. I liked Metal Gear Solid 4, but it did not run for anything.
And the reason you're upset is because the creator is not involved.
Yes. Hideo Kojima, who daily tweets about his love for Sentai, Godzilla, cheeseburgers, and other music memorabilia, will not be involved. And I am... and Norman Reedus. But he won't be a part of it. And I'm like, you're taking someone's creative justice to this world. You are taking someone's painting. You are taking a Van Gogh, and you are lightly altering it, touching it up here and there, making it look more vibrant, more colorful. Am I mad at it? No. Because we're getting that right now with most of these Nintendo games. Did Van Gogh give you that permission? No, he did not.
I mean, Van Gogh's kind of dead.
Well,
Bad example.
but you get my point.
I get your point. It's just
bad
example.
Bad example. Okay. But even still, let's say Van Gogh was a lot there.
I'll just stand on one side. And he won't know that you're talking about him.
Yeah. What?
Look, I see your mouth moving out of the corner of my eye. It ain't fucking funny.
October 24th, 2023. Maybe we'll see price. I haven't looked at any of the prices. We'll see that. But also, Quincy, you know, like JRPGs, right? Star Ocean, yet another one of those that has painted up a huge portion of my life. Continuously changes up its combat and its art style. Now we're going back to this Octopath Traveler 2D 16-bit sprite in a 3D environment type of thing. I liked it. I just didn't know I'd like it this much. Star Ocean, the second story R. Fucking hope it's inexpensive because I don't have a lot of money, and this is gonna be on that list. Like, I want this game. This game is pretty. This game is nice to listen to. It's weeb as hell. Fucking jet dragons. I don't know. November 2nd, 2023. The original game, the original base game, the original Star Ocean, the second story, 1998. This thing.
That ain't old.
It ain't old, but then you think about it. 25 years ago.
That ain't old. Shut up.
It ain't, well, for a video game, it's old. For a man, it's not even middle-aged yet. We'll be fine. But November 2nd, 2023, I would say pick this one up. If you've never played a Star Ocean and you want to get into a JRPG, this would be a good breaking point, like a good entry. Hopefully it's inexpensive. Square Enix is back, motherfucker! Boop! So, let's get the elephant out on the floor, and then we'll kindly tell it... I don't know what I want to tell this elephant. What do you want to tell this elephant?
It's a me elephant.
It's a me elephant. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Basically looked like a very harsh callback, and I do mean a harsh callback, to its original steps. Because everything is blocky, but there's so much life. There's so much vibrancy in him. Going in a pipe, his hat kind of falls off his head. He reaches back, snatches his hat. I'm like, why did they add so much flair? I love it, but why? This trailer kind of brought me back to 1990. And it looks fast. It looks fun. My Switch is gonna probably get some exercise. Look at that!
I like the little hat grab.
I'm excited. I hope it's inexpensive. I still need to get Odyssey, so I might actually, with current finances and the way things are hopefully gonna go, Odyssey might be next on my list. I've been meaning to, and a Pro controller. Skadoop. So, looking at this little teaser for the new Princess Peach game. Now, I'm excited for it. I'm happy for it. I want to see more of it. Because it looks like it is a stage play. But the ending was, the narrator was like, when she steps on this platform, what the... And she transformed into a white dress individual, and then it fades to white. I don't know what it is. I want to know more. I mean, I know it's a teaser, but I want more. Tell me what this is. So we also
I think it's cool that she's getting her own game though.
She's had a couple before, but yes,
She had games she was in. As playable characters.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Almost all of them are like add-ons or
like Super Mario Bros. 2. She's a main playable character, but it's Super Mario Bros. 2, and there's 3 other playable characters.
Yes. Okay, you are correct. Yeah, I'm happy to see that Peach is getting what she deserves after freaking being one of the best characters in the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Skadoosh. We also had some indie developers, and we seem to be going back in time because this reminds me of Donkey Kong 64 and a little
Okay.
bit of like Arrow the Acrobat on the Genesis. Penny's big breakaway, where she has a very fancy style yo-yo that she can do acrobatics on, etc. I once again, it harks my childhood, and I'm like, where did this come from? Where did all of these come from? Well, Super Mario RPG, they've probably had in a vault and said, has our stock dropped 20 cents? Time to bust this out. But Penny's Big Breakaway does kind of chime back to the old collectathons.
I'm not surprised that this is happening more. We had Lucky Tales and whatnot released a while back on multiple platforms.
And Ukulele.
Those games never stopped being good. It's just we found out we could do more with games, and so we started doing more. And this fell to the side. And so seeing a company like Nintendo going, you know what, why don't we do more things like that? It makes sense to me. I mean, that there's no way their console can't handle this in the best way possible, and it's something that'll set them out, set them a little different than everyone else. And so it makes sense.
Yeah, but in saying that, there's the next game to talk about.
Yeah.
And I know the market, I just don't know why the market. So for those who are watching in the Twitch stream, you see a very bubbly animated looking pigeon wearing...
It doesn't look safe for work.
It doesn't, but we're here. It's in the trailer. It's in a Nintendo trailer, to be fair. A cello suit, or a violin suit, I guess you could say, with an easel that has some pages on it.
Cello.
Now, this is just one of the many skins that you can have in Headbangers Rhythm Royale, where you are basically playing like Rhythm Heaven, but online.
It's like musical Mario Party, but with pigeons.
Yes. Yeah. That is the best way of putting it. Let me turn that down just a teensy tiny bit because I don't know if it's a copyright claim. They bob around like a very familiar style of pigeon that is drawn by one of my favorite artists called Keke Flipnote. Keke Flipnote. And they made themselves famous by doing their doodles in a fucking DS and animating it through the DS. And that to me kind of harked an interest. And then they kept doing like Little Foxes. They were the ones that did the... I forget the name of the orchestra, but it's... A fox has some bread and a bunch of pigeons crook their head around to the song and then do the can. Fuck!
You got there. You got there on your own, too. I didn't have to help you.
Yeah!
Everybody be proud for Justin.
But even still, the
he was
pigeons,
a big boy today.
That was a big man today. For those listening, it reminds me of the Keke Flipnote early pigeons because they just had this long neck, no like discernible head, and then you just basically play Rhythm Heaven with friends. I believe it's an elimination style game, so against strangers and knock them out. Oh man, my brain. Any other gaming things you have, Q?
No, those were kind of the big ones. I really wanted to talk about the Mario stuff today. The Nintendo Direct was rather fun.
It was.
So
it actually made me go, yeah, my Switch is going to get the workout.
and I'm happy to see so many new projects coming out for the Switch with all this talks and rumors of new hardware next year. Makes me think, okay, maybe this new hardware won't kill the Switch. It'll just be a new version of the Switch.
I mean, with the way solid state drives are right now, and with the Switch having a very, I don't want to call it weak, but ill-prompted one, having the new technology that is a solid, an M.2 or any of the other ones that you just plug on in, slide it on in, it runs perfectly fine. It goes straight to the screen. You're loading up quick. Everything has its purposes with the new technology. I agree with you. I don't have the $500 to shell out for the next one. But
That wasn't even really the point. Like, don't get me wrong, I know the Switch has been out for a bit, but like, what could you possibly bring to the table that would justify killing this console and making us buy all new formats of games again? That was where I was at with it. Bless you.
Sorry, everybody.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh.
You are correct. You are 1000% correct. But it's not killing off the old. It is just a new. It is like,
and that's where I've been mixed and wondering is
Yeah.
like, is it going to be just a new thing? The games aren't changing. We're still going to be buying the Switch chips. The Switch chips I own now can be plugged into this new thing. The new thing won't change how the chips work to where I won't be put out of playing new games because they had to be played on the new thing. It's just a better, stronger version of a Switch that I'm happy. But if it's a full-on, oh, hey, we're changing everything again. We're going to make the chips a little different so you can't play your old chips and you have to buy new chips and the game doesn't, the new chips are so different you can't play them in your own console. If that's that, then it's like you just fucking killed everything. We're done.
You said chips so many times.
Chips.
I'm hungry now. But yeah.
It's just like cards because chips isn't even correct.
I mean, they are SD chips. It's fine.
I guess.
But no, you are 3000% correct. If it does basically the Game Boy Advance to DS style thing where you can play your old chips on the new hardware as well as some games that are made specifically for the new hardware. Now, I will admit the Switch is, you are right, getting a little on in the times. So hopefully in the near future it will be able to just go into whatever the next Switch set is with this new technology that can play, heck, games that are on the Xbox, games that are on PC. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo and Steam did a big ol' handshake, said, hey, our next Switch endeavor, yeah, no, you can just attach your Steam to it, play your Steam games. Bye. Because companies right now aren't really giving a damn. They're just like, make more money.
One of the biggest things with the Nintendo has always been the fact that they don't do their games on PC.
Right, and so if they could do a big handshake with Steam, oh man, that would be, number one, a big adventure, a huge adventure, and two, that would be a lot of money being both spent and processed. Like, they will be making hand over fist money for people who want to buy Luigi's Mansion, the new one that's going to be coming out that was also minorly advertised in the thing, but I'm like, it was just three little blurbs. But people will pay to mod that.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. The potential is endless. The only question is, will Nintendo do it?
Will they make the move? Will they bite the bullet? Will they
eat the sand?
Spank the wait, that's the wrong part.
No, it isn't. If they shake hands and then they do it, yeah, sure. But if they do that first, no, no, thank you. Scud, shoe news.
You forgot what was next, didn't you?
I did. Quincy, do you want to wear a football as a shoe?
It's definitely not on my list.
These Madden NFL 2024 game branded sneakers that have etched "Play Like Mad" in the leatherette, I will call it, because it does look like faux leather. But however, I don't know if that's actual football texture up top. It looks weird. Different, like 6 shades of brown with a red interior, a blue bottom, sole with very light red. It looks like this gentleman, number 17, off of a team I don't know, the Colts. Now, I am not a football person. I need to know who the heck I'm looking at.
But I've probably watched more football than you ever have. And
Yes.
I can tell you right now, I have no idea what the fuck's going on in that photo.
Fair enough. The Buffalo Bills QB Josh Allen.
See, I told you it's a Buffalo Bills QB, Josh Allen.
Oh, well, thank you, Q. But you're basically wearing a football. You are wearing a soft plush football.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
I'm not into it. I'm not.
Neutral?
You know what's funny is it's not even the football parts. Like, the football parts aren't great, but it's the the weird blue rubbery bit at
Oh,
the back.
it's EA Sports, which those colors. Oh.
That makes sense.
It makes sense, but I don't like it still. Yeah, you're right. I mean, oh, it's NFL's colors. Oh. Well, I'm glad you guys did a big old partnership, but yeah, it's a shoe we personally aren't a fan. God, just looking at the bumps in high definition, no. I would hate to touch my shoes.
I wonder what it's like to kick a football with that shoe.
It basically is like an atom colliding with another atom, so it just creates a zero force zone for roughly a second before that ball hits orbit.
Your foot becomes one with the ball, and
Pretty much, and then it becomes a singularity. Sure, that could happen.
you're absorbed into the ball.
You are now ball. Skadoosh.
Tom Brady complains that you need to be deflated.
That homie needs to fix his life. I appreciate him, but he gotta fix his life. I've been back into Fortnite because luchadors and all that. There was apparently a thing yesterday that involves the new sneakers that are.
It's basically like playing a giant ad.
Yeah, and I thought there was going to be something a little bit bigger. Maybe I missed something. Maybe this is up in the air. I don't know. What I do know is they got new skins, new bits and bobs. Hopefully no NFTs. Please, oh God, don't do NFTs. But it's a sneaker hunt thing, and I guess it unlocks skins as well as XP because this Battle Pass seems to have a lot of ways to get you wanting to play past 100, which is kind of cool. Destiny kind of does it with their every 3 to 4 levels you get an Eververse Ingram, but these guys know how to do past 100, where you're specifically earning interesting tidbits past the cap. Skadoosh. So we talked about it a little bit ago, and I figured this is the finale of it because we had nothing but prototypes. It still has the fanny packs on. These shoes have fanny packs on. The last one, I believe the prototype only had the one in the back, not the one in the side. So this black and purple, pretty good looking thing has a couple fanny packs. One on the inner, one on the outer, and one on the back. Oh.
Are those batteries?
No, they are the shoelaces. I kind of like the little tube that they're in. Kind of looks a little Resident Evil. But they don't look bad. It's just I would definitely take off the fanny packs. Maybe keep one on. I don't know what I would keep in it. Like, what is this about this small that you can think you can hide in there aside from Pogs? Don't say Pogs.
Beyblades.
You could probably hide a Beyblade in there. I don't know about the rip though. The ripcord may have a hard time fitting in the bag. So you're just fitting just the Beyblade, no rips.
D&D dice.
Okay, dice. Okay. Well, you're always prepared. Always got that piece on you. I get it.
Spaghetti noodles.
Fucking 2 packets of ramen seasoning. But these ones are named Prowler, and I believe they have already released. They have already released as of the 16th for
just a bunch of those powdered water flavorers, and then you run through puddles, changing the colors.
Oh my god! It bleeds them. You open them up and put them in them, so that way when it starts spitting out the light green coloring, you're just like, oh shit.
This is where you keep business cards with your name and number on it to give out to ladies.
I mean, would it work?
No.
Would it work? How do you know? Are you a woman? Are you wanting a business card out of that shoe?
It would probably have to be a Snapchat, not a phone number, but...
It's one of those little hexagonal fucking plate cards that is like made out of metal that has a QR code on it.
Just dinner mints.
Yo! May I offer you? Leans down onto one knee, reaches into his shoe and grabs a fucking peppermint. A peppermint. No, a Werther's Original.
I was just about to say that.
Jesus Christ, we are unhinged. And speaking of unhinged,
okay, no. You know what would you could store in there that would not work?
Go.
If that's where you kept your condoms. Just like you brought protection, and you just put your foot up, and you even like tippy toe it a little bit, pointed like ballet dancer.
No,
And
you
unzip
fucking,
and you pull it out.
you fucking do the one-footed, like, flick it up off of your foot into your hands, rip that shit open, pull out the one, hold it up and say, always, baby.
You want to go out to my room? Sure. Did you bring protection? Why? What's up there?
Okay, that tickled me more than it should have. But speaking of an issue to start, but probably good to finish, the One Piece trailer dropped. I liked it a lot. Caused a little controversy here and there. Not just in our respective circles. I have overviewed a few people kind of itchy about this. Okay.
Let's put the casting thing to the side. I don't want to talk about that.
Not just about that. If they're gonna do the whole
one comment
story.
that was made,
okay,
that I didn't get an answer on. Someone was like, "Ugh," and I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Are you a One Piece fan?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "That explains it." I'm like, "No, you need to explain it." This looks like the cartoon. This looks like the anime. Like,
it does. The person who
what
plays...
is not correct, and I don't want to talk casting.
No.
Outside of that, what is not correct about this?
No, nothing. Everything is actually fine. Like,
so people are just being big whiny babies because it's a Netflix adaptation.
A little bit. When I heard him do Gummo, getting ready for the rocket, didn't look bad. It looked, it does look heavily CG, but I'm not mad at it.
How are you going to do it without it being heavily CG?
Yeah. And then I saw Buggy, and I'm like, Buggy looks fucking creep, and I like it. Everyone's like, oh, yo, his shoulder things aren't on him. I'm like, bro, those things must have weighed a fucking ton. I'm happy with this adaptation. I'm getting the full character of what is supposed to be this character with, I'm going to speak weeb, with the chop fruit. He's going to be falling into pieces and throwing knives using his disembodied pieces. That's going to be weird enough, and I'm happy with that if they provide that. They showed me Usopp. Happy with that. Showed me Sanji. Happy with that. I have no problem with the casting. Just happy to see that the characters are there doing what they would do, wearing what they would wear. Yes.
Yeah, I think we're just destined to the point now where people are just like, oh, this is happening, so it's shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about shit? Well, it's happening, so it's shit.
Yeah, and I don't understand it. Now, don't get me wrong. There is some exceptions to this, which I fell into on my own. Death Note, on my own. Dragon Ball Evolution, you pushed me in. No, wait, no, it wasn't.
Wasn't me.
Evolution, no, Evolution was on my own. We did Tekken. What was the fighting game movie that we watched?
We watched Street Fighter.
Street Fighter was one, but that one I can watch time after time after time. I don't give a shit.
We didn't watch Tekken because it wasn't available. We wanted to watch Tekken.
Right. What was the fighting game one though?
I mean, the only ones I can remember is Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. Double Dragon?
No, I've seen Double Dragon. I actually don't mind Double Dragon. It is bad, but it's not that bad. Okay, well, it doesn't matter at this point. But when a movie is bad because both of casting, they're bad at acting or bad at doing their role, yes, I understand now. It doesn't need to be. But when it looks this fucking good and you see, the ships, you see that, there's a breathing world, you see this big Barati, the fucking chef place, and it looks big, it looks bold, it looks like the manga, it looks unorthodox.
Together we'd make a pretty good team.
Just be truthful, that's all.
I mean, like I said, I haven't watched the anime, so I don't know, but everything I've seen of the anime, this looks like the anime. Like, I don't know. I think people are just mad to be mad. It's the Disney thing. It's like, right now Flash isn't making shit for money, and so people are like, it's superhero fatigue, and it's like, no, it's shit movie fatigue.
Yeah.
Like, look at Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah. I saw a few reviews tearing the shit out of the Flash.
No.
And they said, I haven't even seen it, and I already know how it's going to be. And then, 2 commenters under that said, yeah, no, that's exactly how it went. way to go. You get a coin for calling bad movies. But nah, this I'm actually excited for. I am 100% gonna hop on Netflix, check this out. This looks like fun. This looks like if you want to get into One Piece, but not a big fan of the animation, maybe this would be a good live action variant. That's just off of the trailer. It looks like it's going to be following the story pretty soulfully, maybe a little bit of condensing, but I'm not mad at
Yeah.
that. Scud. Douche. Oh boy. What a screen to fall on. You know, those popping in would have no clue what the hell this is. But luckily we're about to tell you. Kraven the Hunter got a trailer, and I wasn't really expecting it. I know D23 had it and all that, and...
This has nothing to do with that.
Really?
This is Sony.
Oh.
This is their Spider-Man universe that they've been doing. So this is connected to Morbius, just like Morbius is connected to the Venoms. But that's all in its own universe, and they're eventually going to get a Spider-Man, and they're going to do the Madam Web movie that's connected to this, and the Silk movie that's connected to this, and the Black Cat movie that's connected to this. And so they're building this entire Spider-Man universe without putting a Spider-Man in it.
Oh, because fuck, this looks good.
I do not have high expectations. In fact, I probably won't go see it.
I mean, I also won't see it until it drops on... What does Sony drop on?
Stars.
Oh, okay. Well,
Stars.
Then I guess I'll just see it when it decides to pop on something else, I guess.
Every now and then they'll hit HBO and stuff like that, but generally it's or Netflix, but generally it's Stars. Like that's where they've been putting the Spider-Man movies because that's where they have their contract.
Oh, okay, fair enough, I guess. I mean, if you got a contract, can't break it. I get it.
I think they might partially own Stars, but I'm not entirely sure.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Kind of like how Hulu's owned by Disney, or mostly by Disney.
I mean, so they are doing Kraven justice in this trailer. From the look of it, a little unorthodox CG on the eyes, but that's what I've kind of come to expect thanks to Venom 1. And then at the very end, we get a nice little thing. I'm not gonna spoil it here. I actually want you guys to watch that trailer. I want you to make your own judgment calls on this because it looks good to me. Could look strange to you, but at the ending, I know you're gonna be like, "Oh, they added a thing." Go check it out. Also, I will kind of halfway spoil this. Russell Crowe's in it. Like, I'm happy to see him. He's an interesting fellow, just a spot.
It's kind of popping up everywhere lately.
Yeah. I think all the older generation of Hollywood right now is kind of just wanting to do stuff, because Harrison Ford's in like 3 projects this year.
Yeah, he's doing his final run is Indiana Jones.
Yep.
He's doing the new Captain America movie where it looks like he's probably going to be Red Hulk because he's Thunderbolt Ross.
Is he now?
Yeah, because the previous actor passed away.
Yeah.
And there was some behind the scenes footage that someone got, and you can see him sitting in a chair with what looks like ripped pants.
Oh. Okay, good to know.
So yeah, I mean those are his 2 bigger ones. I really want to watch his new show on what's it called? Apple TV Plus. It's called Shrinking or something like that. It's him and Jason Segel.
Oh. What a duo.
Like Jason Segel's like a therapist who's going through a bunch of shit.
And Harrison plays, I assume, his patient that's trying to fix
No,
it.
he's either his therapist or he's his dad, but I don't remember.
Oh.
From what I understand, the guy that did it is the same one that's done like a couple of the other shows like Scrubs and stuff like that. And he contacted Harrison Ford about it, and Harrison was like, "What's it about?" And he tells him, he's like, "Who's in it?" And he tells him Jason Segel, and he goes, "Who's he?" He goes, "I'll send you some of his stuff." So he said, "Forgetting Sarah Marshall." I sent him Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which you've seen, right?
Yeah. I think so.
So that's got the scene where Jason Segel gets broken up with naked.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So I do believe this is how the story went down, that Segel got a text, and he says he has now printed it and framed it It's a response to seeing the movie. Funny stuff. Nice cock. As he gets broken up with naked.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember you telling me this story now. Huh.
Okay, so
It's
the
just-
plot is a grieving therapist starts to tell his clients exactly what he thinks. Ignoring his training in ethics, he finds himself making huge changes to people's lives, including his own. Struggling to grieve with the loss of his wife while being a dad, friend, and therapist, he decides to try a new approach with everyone in his path. Unfiltered, brutally honest. Can he help himself by helping others? Will it bring him back into the light?
Huh. Okay. I mean, it's a feel-good story. At least I
And
hope so.
Krista Miller's also in it because her husband's one of the co-creators. She's Dr. Cox's wife in Scrubs.
It's been a minute since I've seen Scrubs.
Well, the guy that one of the co-creators of Scrubs, Cougar Town, a bunch of those shows. He's one of the creators of this, and they're married, so she tends to be in the projects.
Fair
It was actually because of her, I do believe, that Scrubs was so medically accurate, because she was going through like medical school to be a nurse or something like that, and so he was talking to her about it when writing the stuff.
Oh.
I think. I could be wrong.
Oh.
But yeah, it's on Apple TV Plus, called Shrinking, and it's got 11 episodes.
Okay. I mean, maybe. I've got a few other animes I've got to catch up on. All of season 3 of Demon Slayer passed me by while I've been having my yeah, I'll just call them breakdowns. But I'm catching up on everything. As a Deathloop and all that. Lastly on our plate, something that I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm.
I like the casting. I like everything, but I want more. I want a little bit more. Give me a little bit more of a teaser. This is coming once again from Netflix, Avatar: The Last Airbender. But I want just a little bit more. Having this little teaser and these 4 images. You know, you don't get too much off of it. But I like it. I like the armor is like charred up, black, a little meshy, breathable so that way, exhale flame. The water tribe got this patch locked with a little bit of flocked fur. I love it. I love everything about it. They seem to be actually being.
I really like how the water orb looks in that previous photo. Go back.
This one here. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks a little Super Sentai ish or a little Kamen Rider ish, but I'll take it. I love that kind of stuff. But I mean, I want to see a full trailer of this. Hopefully in the next week or two, considering this looks like it's pretty much ready to ship. So, I mean, it's going to be set for 2024, so maybe January 2024 we get it, maybe, hopefully. Something for the new year. Oh boy, that is all I believe we have. Is there anything else you want to chitter chat about?
No, it was a pretty calm week. Watching trailers was kind of the fun point in things. Even with me not being excited or having high expectations, or really even planning to go see Craven, it's kind of cool to check out the trailer. Trailer's always fun. It's nice to,
unless it's Venom 2.
Well, or Venom 1. It's nice to.
I wanted to like Venom 1. I wanted to. Honest to God. Oh, my voice cracked there. Jesus.
It's nice to experience these trailer things, like watching the trailers for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Those first teasers coming out, where it's just like you're seeing the silhouette of Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, holy shit. And then you're seeing like you're getting little bits of the music, but not quite there. It's like the build up and just the fun of when it all finally comes together and whatnot.
You're gonna watch that movie day one, aren't you?
Possibly.
Okay.
If life calms the fuck down and I get a minute to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm currently trying to plan like everything out because there's so many things I'm supposed to be doing, and it's like, me and you still have yet to go see Spider-Man. There's Transformers. There's The Flash because your uncle wants to go. There's The Blackening. There's Boogeyman. My mom wants to see that one. There's Fast X. Maybe Little Mermaid. I haven't decided yet. Indiana Jones is coming.
And then all the TV shows.
Oh, I'm so behind on TV shows. I haven't watched the new wrestling show that just dropped. The new AEW show. I didn't see it.
Oh, the one that's supposed to be behind the scenes.
No. Their official third Saturday show.
Oh, Collision
Had its first Collision. I didn't watch it.
Well, I'll talk to you after the cast about it.
I mean, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning comes out in 21 days. Oppenheimer comes out in 30. Barbie comes out in 30. That one I'm not gonna go see unless it's like I'm going with the family or something. But there's people here that want to go see it, so we might go see it.
I hope you enjoy it. I do.
I mean, there's a couple things that are getting re-releases that it's like, okay, maybe I didn't catch them the first time around, so it might be worth it to catch it this time. There's also in 6 days. I know what we're gonna do. In 6 days we're going to the movies.
Oh, okay.
It's an anniversary. It's the celebration release of The Room.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi,
Oh, hi, Doggy.
Hi, Doggy. You're my favorite customer.
Ghibli's Valley of the Wind is hitting theaters in 18 days.
Ooh.
Not a Valley of the Wind fan?
Oh, that's just a good one. Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind?
Yeah, Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind. 18 days. It'll be hitting theaters.
Ooh.
19 days. Castle in the Sky hits.
Ooh, I would rather watch that one.
Let's see. Another Nausicaa release in 20 days. Yeah, it's just there's like so many that I want to go see, and I'm paying for my membership, and I haven't gone and seen a movie since Guardians of the Galaxy. So,
yeah.
Psycho-Pass Providence is getting a release in 23 days.
I haven't even started Psycho-Pass, but good to know.
I started it. It's okay. Like, I think I expected a little more from it. It's very Minority Report.
Okay, that's what I've been told. That it's an anime version of Ghost in like a deeper Ghost in the Shell with a little Minority Report with quicker action.
Yeah, so I mean, it's okay. The first episode's a little slower than I think they should have made it to try to hook you.
Oh.
But
I mean, have you seen Chainsaw Man?
No, I mean I've seen images and clips, but I haven't actually watched it.
It's actually pretty good. I recommend it very highly. It is very bloody. Do not go in expecting, like, oh, he cut his arm off. Oh no, expect blood, bro.
Yeah. In 45 days, the sub version of Princess Mononoke, and in 46 days, the dubbed version.
Both are good. Both are very good.
It's 50th anniversary of Enter the Dragon.
Ooh.
In 53 days. It's August 13th.
Maybe. Put that up on a maybe.
Okay.
I would
Coraline remastered on 54 days.
I like Coraline, not enough to see it again.
Porco Rosso, dubbed in 60 days.
One of my favorites, but
subbed is in 62 days.
I wouldn't want to see it on the big screen.
The Wind Rises in 61 days.
Wouldn't mind seeing it, but I'll let that one pass.
Let's see, Howl's Moving Castle in 95 days.
Of course, everyone loves Howl.
The Bird's 60th anniversary in 123 days. Spirited Away in 129 and 130. Puts it in October.
Okay.
Scarface 40th anniversary.
Now hold on, that's a good one right there.
Scarface 40th anniversary.
Yeah, is it gonna be the frickin' 2 hour 49-minute long?
254.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's got 2 different show times. It's only showing at 2 places out here, Red Rock and Aliante. 3 p.m. and 7:05. It's November 12th.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. If you want to watch it.
Yeah, I've never seen it on big screen. And that I might
do the Scarface.
I've never seen it on the big screen. I might have to.
Yeah. Go out, see a movie.
Well, I mean that's not till November, but
yeah.
It's just like there's so many things that it's like I have this membership. Why am I not going and doing these things that I love to do? Because I love to go to the movies.
We're just in a rut. We're in a bit of a bind, and we're slowly unveiling it. And as soon as we are fully unveiled, we will be able to lighten our shoulders, keep our eyes focused forward, and keep doing what we love. We've only missed 4 weeks total out of starting this whole thing.
I guess.
That's damn fucking good, and we are resilient in our resolve. We will see this to the very end. At least I will. I don't want to control you.
The end will be bloody and full of brimstone, but I will be there.
Sure. Like, we just like doing this. We like talking.
Oh, and coffee grounds.
Oh, and coffee grounds, yes. And chewing on tea leaves and dried fruit. Just the crunching noises. We'll ASMR it, don't worry. Some people will pay for that, why not?
Oh, dear Lord. It's
All
like the videos people do on TikTok that are totally hand porn without being hand porn.
They are the most flavor of unhinged. There's some that are like, okay, cool, you're tapping your nails on the back of your cell phone case. That's fine. But then you get
the ones that are like breaking shit.
Yeah,
and
you get the one that has a couple eggs and they just mash it in between both of their hands and just start circling it around the back of their hands, and you just hear the crunching and the smaller snaps. And I'm like, I don't know who wants that, but they need to.
Somebody wants it, and somebody's paying top dollar for it.
So that's another one of those little tiny things that I've found out. There are images that someone has paid for because they say, I like that shit. And I don't get them. I don't understand them. I don't want to understand them. But that's okay.
Don't kick shame, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You can stay over there. I don't need to know about your... But it's just the fact that I ran into that image.
Yeah.
You know? All right, that's it. We got.
On that note, we're gonna wrap it here.
Yep. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to check us out every Wednesday around 7 o'clock. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. As said, check out the Twitch. I've been streaming a little bit more to ease my depression and get some conversations out there. Remember to check out the links in our description for Humble Bundle. Great charities, help them out, as well as get yourself some games, books, or heck, even some software. There's some really good ones right now. Remember to check out Temu. I started doing a little bit of recording on that. I just haven't found the groove to edit.
The groove is in the heart.
Stella ain't getting her groove back today. And of course, at the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, and at the end of all time, remember to love one another. It is free to do. It is easy to do. None of y'all want to fucking do it. Ran into a really hateful individual on the phone. I'll talk about it after this, but just... your job may suck. It may hurt. But don't take it out on everyone. Bye, everybody.
Everyone.